Yo, 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 what's going on? It's Terrell, Hall of Fame, D-Line, TBKC, and all that other good shit. Um, the one thing that I keep on hearing, and we talk so much about it, you know what I mean? Breed type, breed type, breed type. And I made many videos about the breed type thing. But, we have to get over, and I know, like I said, I know some of this stuff is going to be redundant, but we have to get over the fact that we argue so much about the possibilities of having a dog that's more terrier than more bulldog. This breed was never supposed to be a bulldog breed. Even in the standard, it says nothing about a bulldog. It always talks about the Staffy and the pitbull. Now, of course, we want a bigger dog. We want a bullier dog. We want a tighter skinned dog. We want a lot of muscles, as much muscle as we can get, but we don't want a bulldog. Many of the judges, and this comes from a question, but many of the judges have made it bad in our community right now because oftentimes they will pick the flaws and they will say, I picked breed, your dog lacks breed type when it's a smaller, cleaner dog. This is really the number one thing that has to be retrained and has to be, fixed in our community. Our community has to get out of the mindset that you can pick big over clean and correct. Athleticism has to become a breed trait, even though people ask which class would this fit in. I would say it's a non-working breed. I mean, that's for sure. It's more of a companion. It doesn't have a real job. It's just to look pretty and be a pet, so that's what it would be. But even with that being the case, you still have to have this dog have some athleticism. It's my belief that most pets should have some kind of athleticism. You want to take them to dog parks. You want to have them around the house and not have to carry them. And a dog this big should not just be a lumbering, piece of flesh that falls around, can't breathe, can't do anything for itself. It all starts in the show ring, and yes, there are some dogs that are big that look nicer, but we have to get down to a point where we're trying to perfect the breed, and it's nothing wrong, all the bashing of the classics. It's sort of ridiculous because if you look in the family of American bullies, the dogs that would be labeled as the classics are pretty much the healthiest dogs out of them. If I was going to put them in order, I would say the classics, strangely enough, the XLs, and then it would be the standard and the pocket. One of the reasons why it would be the standard and the pocket is quite simply last. The pocket suffers a lot of dwarfism traits and characteristics. Those dwarfism traits and characteristics cause health issues, Health issues are just that, health issues. And we're not getting rid of them because as we want to keep our dogs smaller, we still breed to more dogs with these same health issues, same dwarfism characteristics, and we're compounding in them. And you're seeing it with the more splayed feet, the higher rears, the, bold elbows, the bad bites. Now we're starting to see more and more cardiovascular issues. And the reason why when you talk about the standard is starting to see it a lot because of it shows characteristics, strangely enough, of dwarfism. Now, I had a good talk with somebody about this not long ago. Can a standard be a dwarf? Yes. Think about this. A standard can be a dwarf because if the standard comes from XL blood, right? Now, the XL bloods, you would have dogs that can be 21, 22, 23 inches, 24 inches, and they could be massive big dogs. Well, if those dogs in those lines that are typically, that type of height with a very large weight produces a dog that is in the range of more so, say, 18 inches, so he could easily be 40 pounds to 50 pounds lighter than what his bloodline is, and he could easily be 6 inches shorter. That is a dwarfism characteristic in that particular breed. I think this is why it's an absolute must that we separate the breeds and get to the point where we're only breeding pockets to pockets, only breeding standards to standards, XLs to XLs, and classics to classics. Because at some point in time, we have to be able to lock in our gene pool so we can start to sort through the issues in our gene pool. If we continue to have this wide open gene pool, you allow to keep on pulling in issues and maybe some good qualities from each and every breed. And I do believe that each one of them is their own breed. And the longer that we do this, it's just going to keep on really, really hurting everything that we're trying to do and everything that we're trying to put together. It's going to take time. Everybody keeps on thinking that this is going to be a very, very fast process. It's so much damage to the breed, to this breed in development. It's hard to call it a breed, but this breed in development, there's so much damage to it, and there's so many different things that we need to do and take care of in the process that we just have a lot of work to do, and we have to be patient. We have to refine the pocket. We have to, refine the look of all of them. We have to refine the standard. We have to do things to get rid of these high rears and these bad feet and start being more selective in our breeding practices. If we don't get more selective in our breeding practices, we're gonna have the same thing. And I know what y'all thinking. We can't control everybody's yard, but the one thing we can control is the standard and what we start to put out there as a true American bully. And that's what we're going to have to control, the narrative of a healthy, clean, moving dog. I want to see more American bullies in athletic type events, whether it's lure coursing, whether it's some protection work, or whatever the case may be, to give this dog a function, even though it is more of a companion type of dog. We have to get to a point to where we're pushing something more than just the price that we spent on a dog, and ignoring the health issues that come along with it. It will never be taken seriously as a breed, and the true breed type of any dog should be health first. They keep using the word breed type as we go back to what the judges have been picking and telling people, but that's not actually the breed type. The description in the breed says nothing about fat. It says nothing about having a high rear. Says nothing about having heart issues. It says nothing about having, breathing problems and bad feet and bad elbow. Those are all the things that in the description of the breed, which is the actual breed type, are bad things. So if these are the bad things, why are we promoting them as good things by awarding the dog who has these bad things with a first place ribbon? We have to change the narrative to stop letting money dominate what we're trying to do, and actually let what the breed is supposed to be start to dominate and start to push forward and do something better for the breed. Bully can be, I think when you look at a dog like King Kamali, or you look at a Mufasa, or you look at the bear, those are bully dogs, but they're not fat, they're not unhealthy, they're not all wrinkled up, they're not horrible examples for the breed. These are great dogs, and this is a platform that we need to take, and we need to push for that. One of my favorite pockets was Master Shifu over the last few years, and the reason why he was one of my favorite dogs is Master Shifu. That's Suarez Bull's Master Shifu, but he was very clean. He had the proper bulliness, but he had the tightness in the face, the tightness in the skin, the excellent conformation, and he represented the pocket breed in a fashion that I think if we were going to pick dogs to say, hey, this is the future of the pocket, that's the type of dog we would pick. A very, very clean, very, very pretty dog. That is something that will be appealing to the public. That is something that is appealing to longevity. Just like with the standard, the bear is a very good example of what the standard class could be. Although not perfect, he's close. His proportions are good. He moves well. He's got a lot of very, very solid things going on about himself. That is a great platform to go forward. When it comes to Mufasa is close to an XL, but I think he would be a great representative for the big dogs. He's well put together. He's not perfect, again, and we haven't reached perfection, but we're shooting for it. But he's very, very well conformation put together. Some small tweaks here or there that could make the dog better. But this is a beautiful dog that could truly, be a great example of what the breed is supposed to be going forward. His brother Romeo is the same way. And there are more dogs that we could talk about as we go forward, to make the breed better. But the one thing that we have to do is we have to focus on dogs that are actual conformation and health dogs instead of just hype dogs, because what we've seen in the American bully community over the years is those hype dogs don't last long, and they don't do anything but overpopulate our community and hurt our blood pool. But until next time, y'all, man, God bless. Peace.